Baby, imagine waking up in a multi-million-dollar mansion surrounded by one of the most powerful families in Hollywood only to realize you aren't a guest. You're a project, expected to follow a set of strict rules. Imagine hitting rock bottom, battling a failing liver, struggling with addiction, and grieving the loss of your brother. And then a woman you admire looks you in the eye and tells you she's the only one who can save you, only to use you and walk away. That's allegedly the situation August Alsina faced with Will and Jada Smith. While Jada sat at that red table, sipping tea and downplaying a years-long affair with words like entanglement, August was reportedly losing his sanity, his money, and even his health. Word is, August is now spilling the details of the so-called rules he had to follow to appease Jada's ego. Allegedly, he was Will's secret side connection, while Jada acted as the cover-up. Of course, this isn't new territory. Back in 2020, August publicly claimed that he and Jada had a long-term affair, stating that it happened with Will's full knowledge and consent. The whole scenario paints a picture of Hollywood power dynamics, blurred lines, and relationships that were anything but conventional. Baby, imagine waking up in a multi-million-dollar mansion, surrounded by one of the most powerful families in Hollywood, only to realize you aren't a guest. You're a project expected to follow a set of strict rules. Imagine hitting rock bottom, battling a failing liver, struggling with addiction, and grieving the loss of your brother. And then a woman you admire looks you in the eye and tells you she's the only one who can save you, only to use you and walk away. That's allegedly the situation August Alsina faced with Will and Jada Smith. While Jada sat at that red table, sipping tea and downplaying a years-long affair with words like entanglement, August was reportedly losing his sanity, his money, and even his health. Word is, August is now spilling the details of the so-called rules he had to follow to appease Jada's ego. Allegedly, he was Will's secret side connection, while Jada acted as the cover-up. Of course, this isn't new territory. Back in 2020, August publicly claimed that he and Jada had a long-term affair, stating that it happened with Will's full knowledge and consent. The whole scenario paints a picture of Hollywood power dynamics, blurred lines, and relationships that were anything but conventional.
We sat down with Will and had a conversation. Due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism, he gave me his blessing. And I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, and I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love.
In the same interview, August Alsina revealed the depth of his feelings for Jada Pinkett Smith, stating that he had fully devoted years of his life to their relationship. He explained that he decided to speak out because the ongoing rumors were affecting both his professional career and personal reputation, costing him deals and partnerships. While he expressed that he had immense love for Jada, he also admitted how difficult it was to walk away, saying the experience almost took him out. Ultimately, he had to move on for his own well-being, acknowledging that the relationship had fundamentally changed him. However, looking closer at the situation, it appears that August may have been put in a vulnerable position. Both he and Jada have noted that he was struggling with health and addiction issues when he became involved with the Smiths. Jada claimed her initial focus was helping him with his health and mental state, yet the connection reportedly developed into a sexual relationship, raising questions about boundaries. According to Alsina, there were several strict rules imposed by Will and Jada. First, he could not just be a lover, he was expected to be a project, with the romance wrapped in the guise of mentorship or healing. Second, August was allegedly never allowed to use Jada's real name publicly. For instance, in his music video for Nah, he referenced her as Karen, maintaining anonymity and plausible deniability. Third, he was prohibited from ever speaking about the relationship or entanglement out of respect for the Smith family and to avoid causing confusion.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separate.
Will Smith has publicly stated on multiple occasions that divorce was never an option in his marriage to Jada Pinkett Smith. In a past appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Will explained that divorce simply wasn't on the table, later repeating a similar sentiment to MTV News. He emphasized that he stood before God and vowed till death do us part, adding that there were only two outcomes: they would remain together until death, or he would be dead. Because of this mindset, August Alsina was reportedly made fully aware that his involvement with Jada was not a traditional romantic relationship and would never lead to marriage or long-term commitment. Jada viewed her marriage to Will as a lifelong partnership, regardless of any external relationships. Despite the romantic nature of their private connection, August was often photographed at Smith family events, portrayed publicly as a close family friend, or even an adopted son figure. According to reports, he was expected to maintain this bonus son role in public while keeping any intimacy strictly private. When cameras were present, he was meant to appear solely as Jaden's brother figure. There were also claims that August was expected to remain silent about other activities within the household, including any additional relationships or arrangements involving Will and Jada. Given past rumors and controversial statements made by others about Will Smith, these alleged rules have only fueled further speculation and debate.
Ever think that shit's cool? That was the first setup, bro. You raped me, then turned me into a kid. You feel me? Took my house, took all my shit, start raping my family members and all kind of shit, bro. You a up person, my. You a up person. Yes, Will Smith is Michael Jackson, my.
When Trisha Piss accused Will Smith of having an affair with one of their male dancers, she made some fairly severe accusations. Trisha was protecting Shane Dawson from cancellation. She also used foul language at Jada, who chastised Shane for treating Willow Smith disrespectfully. Jada was chastised by Trisha for publicly criticizing Shane, adding that she ought to focus on her own husband, who was supposedly having affairs with male dancers. Relax. In another video, Brother Bal discussed how Will tried to play with another man's nipples by grabbing his equipment. Speaking of shocking revelations, another bombshell recently resurfaced involving Will Smith and actor Dwayne Martin. Claims have circulated that the two were more than just close friends, reigniting long-standing speculation about their unusually tight bond. For years, their friendship raised eyebrows, especially as they were frequently seen vacationing together, traveling to Las Vegas, Miami, and even taking a private cruise to Trinidad, while Jada Pinkett Smith and Tisha Campbell were noticeably absent. Fueling the controversy further, some commentators have pointed to past moments that many found uncomfortable, including an old video in which Will appeared relaxed while receiving a massage from a male companion, accompanied by a cryptic comment suggesting that only a man knows what a man needs. These moments, combined with insider claims, led some to believe that boundaries within the Smith household were far more complicated than publicly acknowledged. At the center of this ongoing discussion is August Alsina, who previously revealed his emotional involvement with Jada. Critics argue that August was placed in an unfair position, entering a deeply complex dynamic while vulnerable, ill, and searching for guidance. According to this perspective, the relationship was framed as healing and spiritual growth, but ultimately left August emotionally exposed while Will and Jada maintained their public image and long-standing partnership. Many feel sympathy for August, believing he bore the emotional and professional consequences of a situation that was quietly approved behind closed doors. While Jada continued her journey of self-discovery and personal fulfillment, August was left dealing with heartbreak, public scrutiny, and damaging labels. Now, some are questioning whether the true nature of these relationships was ever fully transparent. Was August genuinely involved with Jada, or was there more beneath the surface? Were the rules and boundaries placed on him fair, or did